On January 11, 2026, Ohio government actions centered on Governor Mike DeWine's public response to child care fraud allegations, a legal challenge to unclaimed funds transfers, and an announcement regarding a future minimum wage increase. 123. No legislative activities, enforcement actions, or public events beyond these were reported for that specific date in available sources. 123. Governor Mike DeWine addressed escalating claims of child care benefits fraud, which originated in Minnesota and spread to Ohio amid social media misinformation and statements from 40 Republican lawmakers calling for audits of state-funded child care centers. 1. DeWine, speaking in Columbus, refuted the accusations, stating they stemmed from a routine computer update that reset registration dates for existing centers, not new fraudulent enrollments, and emphasized that is not true. It's not accurate. 1. He acknowledged that fraud does occur in such programs, but urged the public to allow state investigations rather than conducting vigilante checks at daycare. DeWine noted the state had already terminated funding to the implicated group, which is contesting the decision in court. 1. The issue gained national attention when Vice President J.D. Vance, an Ohio native, referenced Ohio fraud during White House remarks, claiming programs should prioritize American citizens over alleged defrauders like Somali immigrants, prompting the federal government to freeze some child care funding, which DeWine warned could disrupt Ohio services within 2 months. 1. Agency involvement included the Ohio Governor's Office and child care funding oversight bodies, with DeWine leading the rebuttal. 1. Separately, former Ohio Attorney General Mark Dan initiated an effort to block the state from transferring unclaimed funds to a new designated fund, though specific agencies, dates beyond the weekly review context, or key provisions were not detailed in reports. 2. This action was highlighted in a January 11, 2026, review by the Ohio Society of CPAs, indicating ongoing legal or advocacy activity against the transfer. 2. The Ohio Department of Commerce announced that the state minimum wage is set to increase in 2026, adjusted annually by the rate of inflation based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. 3. No exact increase amount, implementation date, or involved officials were specified for January 11, though the announcement ties to standard yearly updates. 3. Sources indicate limited documentation for the date, with no records of Ohio General Assembly legislative sessions, enforcement actions by agencies like the Attorney General's Office or environmental regulators, or official public events such as gubernatorial ceremonies or state board meetings. 123. Coverage focused primarily on the governor's fraud rebuttal, suggesting it was the major action. 1.